Good evening, chat. How we doing? Excuse me. I almost hit the turn off stream button again. I thought about it for a second and then I thought, no, that's probably unwise. And it was. Welcome on in, Smokey. How are we doing? I'm going pretty well. I had the day off, which is always nice. So it was pretty chill. I got up at 10 o'clock. Well, no, I got up at 9:30. Then I had a pretty relaxed morning. For some reason, I've gotten back on the War Thunder train again. I played a bit of that in the morning, and then I went for a walk. Took the long way to the shops. Bought some stuff for some homemade pizza. Had that. Did some stream stuff. Ended up here. It was smoky, it was. And I've got another 2 or so weeks of that, and I'm very looking forward to it. Oh! Jow! Hey, Wolf, how you doing? Glad to see you back here. This is the final week. The final Italian week. At least of the update. So we'll be working to get the 40 points again. We've got the Lancia. Is it just the Lancia? Is it just called Lancia? The O37. You'll recognize them when you see it. And the Fiat, or the Abarth 124, 126. Add me on Xbox, Smokey. Is that what you're saying? Sure, go ahead. I'm a pretty, what's the word? Introverted gamer, but I'm more than happy to have your drivatar in my competitions. What are we going to do? We're going to open it up. Holdener 1039 is now following me. I watched those videos, by the way, Smoke. I meant to comment on them on the Discord. They're quite good. I quite liked the which one was it? There was one that I particularly liked, and I can't remember which one it was now. I think it was the first 2 where they're just inside the garages, I think, in Horizon 4. And it's kind of the music / cameras transitions are timed up perfectly. I really like that. I'm a sucker for timed transitions like that. I don't think I've seen the most recent one from 12:30 AM. I'll have to have a look at that one. Just looking back, I think I saw that, or at least something similar to that HDT Marlboro. And it's so weird thinking how just no more than 30 years ago, smoking ads were just accepted. That was just what was advertised. I don't know if the community does know what the next event is going to be. I don't think it's going to be particularly exciting like this one, but I don't know. Like, this one was clearly a big deal, right? I think so. There was something I was meaning to do in CMS, and I can't remember what that was. Okay, well, the game is still responding at least, which is a nice touch. I'm always anxious when it comes to loading up Horizon 5. I did some work on the the stream transcoding, so hopefully it works a bit better, as well as 2 new redeems. Well, I'm thinking, because I'm away on Wednesday next week, and then I'm away. The mainstream media won't show you this house. This is the house that mainstream media doesn't want you to see. Why is that not working? That is disappointing. Okay, hold on. We're just going to have to derail the stream for a second. Because it was working. Not the cheese! Yes. It plays. Wait, what's going on? What's going on? This is what's meant to happen. Nothing. Okay, well that's underwhelming. I don't know what's happened and why it's not working. That's really annoying. I'm just gonna turn it off then, because I don't know why it's not working, so I can't really troubleshoot it now. Cheese. Turn that off, and then let's try and see if we can refund Wolf's points. Yes. Okay. You should have your points back. So, you know, we all know fondly the James May clip of cheese. It's just that. What was meant to happen is that was meant to pop up on screen, and then obviously James May was meant to say cheese. That didn't happen, as the more observant of you will have noticed. And I do not know why. I thought I set it up properly. Simple, yeah, it sounds simple, right? I didn't check. What is the trial? But like I said, the Abarth 124, that worked. The Lancia 037. Did I say 034? I remember. And to unlock that, we need to use Italian Modern Supercars S1900. Excellent. An excellent amount. Thank you, Wolf. Really knocking them all out today, huh? I don't have any noise for posture check. I should add one in. All right, S100, modern supercar. Just doing a quick bug test of all of the different ones. Oh, that does feel good, though. There's nothing quite like a good stretch. So that's German, but the ATS is Italian. You could always do that one that, Wolf, you said you hadn't seen before, really. I don't know if that classifies as a modern supercar, though. No, it's not shown. I think it's a hypercar. The Ital design one.
My name is Jeff.
Jeff? His name is Jeff. So we've got, obviously, Lamborghini, Ferrari, and ATS. We could try a 458. Try and take that up to the top of S1. Or we could try a Reventon. That isn't appropriately named. That is an appropriate number plate. Very appropriate. We could do the Reventon or Reventon. I never know how to pronounce it. I've heard that you pronounce the V like a B. Rebenton. But I also haven't checked. We could do the Murcielago. Anyone in chat got any thoughts? Ferrari? Lamborghini? Something else? I don't think there's any other Italian supercars. No, they're all German or American or British or Japanese, I should say. I think Ascari's German. Well, I reckon let's try the Reventon. It is an incredibly cool looking car. Setup manager, reset. So I've got a fair amount of PI points to deal with, probably the most. They do. I've seen a few of those on, I don't know how, but Mark Zuckerberg has decided that I want to see Photo Centuries for sale on Facebook Marketplace. So true, bestie. So true. Welcome on in, Ren. Lovely to have you again. How has your Friday been? Oh, Wolf just... I guess Wolf could just feel in like the distance. Rin's joining the channel shortly. I should get an entrance going on. Get the band ready. So we're just putting together a modern Italian supercar to take on the trial. And I think the Reventon or Rebenton is a good choice. I will defer to you, Smokey, because you seem to really know your stuff. The 7-speed doesn't really have any advantages over the 6-speed. Oh, it's slightly faster, that's what it is. Not a huge loss in acceleration and launch. Wow, crit off the mark. I will be kind of a bit lost when we go back to not having to get all 40 points, hopefully, next season. Oh, I didn't check what engine swaps we can do. Not many. We could not turbocharge it.
Tit Twister Mr. Blister Deadly Twister on Daddy's Fister Sister was Fister by Mr. Magister on Testosterone Zister.
Interesting if true, Wolf. Are you just putting together tongue twisters for the TTS? Are we gonna have seashells by the seashore through the TTS shortly? Just try and upgrade the standard engine as much as we can and see what that gives us. Otherwise, we'll go for the, no, it looks like we've got to go for the Racing V12. Because we can't get the turbocharger.
New mono ultramicroscopic silico volcano only us.
That sounds like a bad thing to have, Rin. The kind of thing you don't want your doctor to say, this is what you've got. You've got that. I'm not even going to attempt to say it, because let's be honest, I won't be able to. Is it like, asbestosis? Because pneumonia ultramicroscopic silicosis? I hope it's not because you've had it or something. You could turbocharge it, but I think that'll do nicely, and it is a lot lighter. And it's only 7 PI points, he says, before he starts the race. Formerly a rapper. Well, may I say that being able to drop that in a rap battle would really, at least if I was judging. Now, I've never judged a rap battle, and if you looked at me in person, I would be the last person to judge a rap battle. But if I was judging a rap battle, I would give you points for that.
The lawnmower goes shirshi area vovavoom shiria and rice burners go wow 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 ow 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 ow.
Do rice burners do that, TTS? Do they? I don't think they do. I'm also not entirely certain what a rice burner is. Is it someone who burns rice? Could always go like just carbon fiber, which could be kind of tight. I think that's just going to kill the bit rate having that much kind of detail on it. We could do a chameleon semi like two-tone thing in gloss, perhaps. I mean, semi-gloss does look quite nice. I don't know why semi-gloss, I've been attracted to that recently. Sounds like there's a super in the distance somewhere. I don't know if you heard that, chat. Somewhere in the long distance, there's a super driving around my street. It's going brah-rah-rah, brah-rah-rah-rah, brah-rah, brah-rah. Had a really big turbo. I'm trying to get, like... You're a master. I mean, that really doesn't look that great.
Brap, 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 brap.
Yeah, there's a rotary engine somewhere. No, there really isn't. But then again, I feel like the seasons don't do a huge amount, like full stop. Okay, that color scheme's just not going to work, Joe. What about two-tone? What can we do with two-tone? I do actually unironically want to see if I can find a RX-3 Mazda in the next playthrough of what's the word of the game that I'm thinking of? Car Mechanic Simulator. What if we do the inverse? That looks kind of neat. So it's like only when you're straight on that it turns out orange. Rotary engines are such weird things. Like, I know I'm not particularly original in saying that, but they really are. I'm going to stick with that primarily because I don't know what else to do with it. So what I do need to go is go back and change, see if I can change the rims. I mean, I can change the rims, but change the rims and see if it makes it any better. Because we might as well. Get some customization up in here. They're almost all heavier. But that's okay. I don't entirely know why I'm actually in this one. Because I don't really like the bolts around the rim, and that's exclusively what this menu is. Rims with bolts around the edges. Oh, what's going on
My
here?
Roffelcopter goes soy 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 soy.
That is a phrase I haven't heard in a long time.
Soy 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 soy.
All right, Smokey, I need to actually get some water, so hold on a second.
My name is Jeff.
The kind of TTS frame drops it gets. It is a little bit weird how the TTS like takes a second to go like.
Hi there.
Hi, Smokey. How you doing? Welcome on in. I'm glad you could make it. What if we just go orange wheels? It's a little bit out of pocket for me, but...
The Homo sapien
Nelly, wasabi.
genome is a subspecies of the Homo sapien class of living mammals. Their natural habitats consist of alleyways, overpasses, bridges, parks and recreational areas and other shaded places offering either natural or man-made protection from the sun. These
take
rather
notes, chap.
remarkable creatures of survival tend to abide in and around large cities, primarily Los Angeles, New York, and San Francisco. These brave types have also the ability to publicly don on sidewalks and other open spaces.
That will be on the test later. Welcome on in, Wasabi. Thank you for dropping those just bars on us. Oop. I wanted to do that one. Let's get some decals on this bad boy. So, I think this is the first Lamborghini we've actually done. Now, let's see if I can remember. Let's start with Lambo. Not because I don't know how to spell Lamborghini. I definitely do. Don't ask me how. But just as a start. Okay. We've got the roof. We've got no police. Weird. I don't think I've got... Like, I don't think I've got any TTS censoring on it. I think I've got some to, like, avoid, like, the really bad stuff, but I don't think I've got that much. I'll have to have a look at it. Thank you for pointing that out. Your sacrifice was not in vain, Wasabi. These are all like different pieces to put on certain Lamborghinis to make them fixed up. Okay. Well, let's try Lamborghini. That's not right. I was like, maybe I can do it. Maybe I can do it. Maybe I won't embarrass myself. And then I did. We've got the Borg. Lamborghini. Search, please. Just took a little bit. Get some synth Lamborghini. Well, that's what we're hopefully going to be doing. We're hopefully going to be winning. Synthwave could be appropriate given what we've got on our car. I know why it's chugging. Is it because I opened up the internet browser? Let's close it just in case. Oh, we've got the Batman. I mean, I guess it does kind of look like the Batmobile, and he did drive a Lamborghini in The Dark Knight. Entirely certain why there's the Batman logo there. What about Vaporwave? Maybe that's the theme we go for this one. Vaporwave. Like, I feel like that's pretty appropriate to our color scheme. Well, either that or it's 50s Batman. I don't know which. Apologies for the ads, chat. They're just about to kick off. You're not going to miss too much, though. It's just going to be me trying to figure out what to put and where. What about Vaporwave? Let's see if what the English spelling gets us. Not a huge amount. There we go. A lot of Amerikanskis. We could do a grid, that could be fun. Oh, this would have been perfect for like a Countach. This kind of stuff on a white Countach would have been actually perfect. Gotta have the mountains. I think that'll look quite nice with the sunset. Maybe what we do, we put it down here, scale it up.
I'm Rick Harrison, and this is my pawn shop. I work here with my old man and my son, Big Hoss. Everything in here has a story and a price. One thing I've learned after 69 years, you never know what is gonna come through that door.
How can he have worked there for 69 years and his dad works there as well? Smokey with $5 million? That's a lot you can get. That really is a world is your oyster kind of situation. I guess the ultimate question is, what do you want, right? Like, it's all good and well for us to say what you should get, but what do you think you're looking for? Cars, okay. Do you have the peel? Because that is a car. Well, that could be something. Now, I don't know if it's going to take all... what was it, $5 million worth? But it will take some of it. And that's how you kind of get through things like that, right? Just a step at a time. Okay, that's looking interesting. The unfortunate thing is trying to match them up.
Who are the Mythbusters? Adam Savage and Jamie Hyneman. Between them they have more than 30 years of special effects experience.
That's a lot of
Joining
experience.
them, Grant Imahara, Tori
Rest in
Belisai,
peace.
and Carrie Byron. They don't just tell the myths, They put them to the test.
I don't know if we can match them up, unfortunately. Because, just of the way it falls over the edge. I do miss the Mythbusters a little bit. I never really watched it myself, but whenever I did, it was always a good sesh. I mean, it probably helped that it really did appeal to like the simple boy in me of like, well, if it doesn't work, I'm just gonna blow it up. And that was always kind of neat. I'm a simple man in that way. Okay, so that's there. Can't remember what he died from. Oh, there was definitely, like, it was definitely that as well. It was just a bit of both, I think, for me. Like, I don't know if you guys remember it, but do you recall a program called, if Shadow was here, he probably would, Brainiac? Kind of like the English equivalent of Mythbusters. Probably a little bit more in the explosions, to be honest. I think Richard Hammond was a host for a while. Why is this... Why is the gradient upside down? Okay, why is it not now? That's a good question. Well, hopefully it was fast at least. I don't know if it's going to work totally, but we're just going to commit to it at this point. Yeah, we've got to fix that up as well. Okay, now it is flipped for some reason. You can see the gradient's going the opposite direction to the other one, and I don't know why. I mean, it works so well on the top. It doesn't work that well down the sides. But it's going to look good from a distance, I think. That's really half the battle, right? An odd Porsche how, Smokey? Like one that you've missed, or just kind of a bit funky? Do we want to put one on the back as well? We might as well. Better do it properly, right, chat? Or try to. It is a bit. It would be really cool. Kind of, it would almost be like a bit of a men's shed if it was a multiplayer. You know, just kind of getting the boys together to work on a car. Can we make this a little bit larger? Just to try and hide a bit more of our sins. What else can we put in here? Another sunrise, but that's a bit much. Some random kanji text. The word Fiji. Palm trees, perhaps. VHS. Just the concept of VHS. It is kind of working, you're right. Hollow voice. Very small Windows logo? I guess I am. I think I just kind of get a little bit wrapped up in a concept and I'm like, no, we're kind of doing this now. You're right, we do need... Well, we've got those palm trees. Maybe one of those could work. That's not a bad idea, actually, Wasabi. Does anyone have any old... Well, I look for a palm tree. That'll do. Does anyone have any old tech that we want to have on the side of this car? Oh, it's no longer available. Then why are you showing it to me? That's right, this one's probably better. So we're going to mirror that to the other side. VHS, yep. So we've got the VHS from here, but I also just want to search VHS and see what we get. Like, would it be... Hold on, let me try and figure out the words. Would it make more sense to have VHS in a synthwave style? VHS in a more like just normal style, like the TDK? Or just like Sony on the side? Polaroid, yeah. Oh look, you can even get the label for like a VHS thing. Video cassette. Normal? Okay. Do we have a preference on brand? As Wasabi has pointed out, we have a few of them. Where was JVC? Oh, there she is. Let's try JVC. Though it is a little bit... Maybe if we put it over the... We could put it in the sun. That could work quite well. JVC sun. Okay. What if we search Sony? Actually, let's try Kodak next. Let's try Kodak. What if we search Kodak? Okay, what is this? What is this here? Answer me that. Like this is probably the best one, I think. Wow, it is really grainy coming through there. I need to have a look at the old stream quality. See if I can turn that up a bit. Bit big. Huh, okay, maybe it just looks a bit weird on my monitor. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's fine when it actually goes out. The old twitch.tv. So thank you for reassuring me there, Wasabi. So we've got Kodak, we've got JVC. Atari. I was just thinking of things that I'd seen in like Blade Runner. What about Atari? Things like that, right? That one? $30 million. If you don't have the MGB twin cam, I would recommend that. I've got a soft spot in my heart for the MGB twin cam. My father owned one. So it turned out it wasn't actually an MGB twin cam, but that's another story. The one with the logo on the bottom. This one. Yeah, that's probably a bit nicer, actually. The red square one, you reckon? This one? I don't think I've ever seen this blue and yellow one over here. I've always thought Atari was red. This one? Or was there one further on? This one here that we've got selected? To the right. Ah, this one? Further. The stream delay is making things incredibly difficult. Do I have it in shot currently? This one, I think it was? Was it that one? No, I can't remember. Jeez. I'm barely 30 and I'm already having memory troubles. That's ominous. Or do we want it in kanji? Tempting. No, I can't tell either. We could just get an Atari 2600 on the car. I'm gonna go in kanji. No, not the kanji? Okay. You were... I was this close to pressing that button, Wasabi. You were lucky. What about black? No, because we've got black on the car, so it won't stand out. The trouble is the red ones don't really seem to have the same quality as these white ones up here. Who's Rotary, buddy? I really don't think Atari is a large enough company to have lawyers scrolling through the gallery for Forza Horizon. Look, that one will do. It's red. It's a squircle. Okay, we'll put that there. And we'll move Kodak over a touch. I think we've got room for maybe one more. So what was I? We could have a look at Polaroid or Fujifilm. Let's try Polaroid. I probably should. You're right, Smokey. Like for real card pics, do you mean, or more in-game stuff? You could do that, so it's actually like racing, perhaps. Might be worthwhile. Just where would I put it though? No, I think we can stick to just the logo. The 74 does look top tier. Maybe I just make it work. Pen's probably big enough. Just have it there. Or we have it here. Spot just above the rear bumper. Over there. Oh wait, hold on, we can make it larger. We can make it a full 0.9. Now, we want one for the bonnet, I reckon. Who is going to be the flagship sponsor of this vehicle? So we've had Atari, Sega. That's another good one. We could also do Fujifilm. Is that maybe a few too many camera companies? Yeah. 80s logo. Let's really test this. Go Bepsis. What if we just type in Pepsi? Well, what about Bepsis? Can we type in Bepsis? Beepus? We have a Beepus logo. Bepsis. How do you spell Bepsis? How do you spell the joke Pepsi? I don't know. Let's just type in Pepsi and hope we stumble across it. Yeah, Pepsi, or NUS as we call it in the biz. It is Beepus, Bepsis, yeah. Okay. Unfortunately, there's not many. Fanta is a Coca-Cola company drink. Get it out of here. These are all relatively modern ones, unfortunately. I mean, I think this is the one that I grew up with. Then again, firstly, I've never really been... My household has never really been a Pepsi household. Not that we don't like some Pepsi products, like Schweppes or whatever. Fantastic. But the actual Pepsi... My mother was always a Coca-Cola drinker, Diet Coke specifically. And I myself just am not a huge fan of cola drinks. Fourth column, fourth row. Maybe that one might work. I'll just remember that one. Let's have a brief stint back into... I mean, that's basically the one I saw before. That could work. Bit large though. It's like the Star Wars crawl. Pepsi. Fun fact, Pepsi was for a period of time like the 4th largest navy in the world. The reason for that is that the Soviet Union was desperate for a soft drink. And what they didn't have much in the way of American dollars, but what they did have is a lot of old naval hardware. So instead of giving them cash money, they gave them submarines. Okay, so what do we want for the top then? We've got Bepsis, we've got Kodak, we've got Polaroid, Atari, and JVC. What else is just quintessentially 80s and or Blade Runner? Because we're kind of going for a vaporwave thing. Excuse me. What if we just type logos? I mean, obviously Marlboro would be good, but I prefer not to have a smoking brand on the car if we can avoid it. Yeah, Reddit. Nothing says 80s like Reddit. Hold on. Octane. Do we have the Lego Octane logo? The fictional Lego oil company. At least I could have sworn it was called Octane. Well, we'll try that next. I'm just going to see if there's anything in the Lego that... IKEA, there, Octane. Is it Octane? Did it not have a... E at the end? No, it's not Octon Jow. I guess so. It's Octane. That's the Mad Max version of the Lego company, Octane. Like gasoline. Get some Octane in your system, buddy. I know this is not very democratic, but I do really like this. Damn it. I made it smaller when I wanted to move it. Okay. Now we've got to flip everything over here. Do a little bit of a flipperooski for some of these. And then fix them up where they've messed up. That one's fine. These ones, not so much. That'll do. I mean, isn't ethanol just a purified version of alcohol? Now, we could put one here in the boot. How much money do we want to squeeze out of this car in terms of advertising space? We could, cancel. We could, the question is, what will we do though? Let's go back to Vaporwave and see what else comes up. See if there's any more inspiration from here. Obviously there's plenty of kanji, 90s. I would have thought Vaporwave was more 80s, but maybe I'm wrong. We could put the concept of Fiji there. Concept of vibing. This kind of deconstructed orb. What about arcade? That's a good idea. Paper Cup quickly. Oh, of course, Horizon Arcade is turning off a lot. Okay. Squiggly? Paper Cup squiggly? Smokey, I think there's a suggestions... Nothing, sorry, Wasabi. A suggestions category in the Discord. Would you be so kind as to put those ideas in the Discord, in that chat specifically? Just because I'm almost certainly going to forget them. What about Paper Cup? Oh, this thing. I mean, you are right. It wouldn't be Vaporwave without this. It is just kind of... We are just kind of advertising the concept of Vaporwave here, but I think that is perfectly fine. This is definitely our most holistic vehicle. I'm going to save it to the design catalog. Vaporwave. And then we'll add it to the car. Because for whatever reason, you can save it or you can add it. They're two different things. Nice looking car there. If I do say so myself. Came together quite nicely. Now let's just see how she feels to drive. It's a really loud kind of gear change. Oh, oh. It's a really affirmative thunk when the new gear is put into place. Oh man, if only this was like Need for Speed or something, you could put some underglow neon on this bad boy. This would be perfect. Okay, that's what I get for reading chat. Let us check the gearing. We can probably bring that down a little bit more. I mean, it's going off the edge. Give it that touch. Alignment. Let's bring that a little bit that way. This would look perfect with underglow on it. A pulsing like neon aqua or teal. Oh, look brilliant. Slam it to the ground. That looks fine. I'm not gonna lie, chat, this is actually one of my favorite looking cars we've done in a long while. I don't know why. Because it's also somewhat of a little bit of an ugly duckling, but it does look really nice. Okay, it probably looks less nice now that we've driven through a fence. That's why we put the important logos on the top. The Octane one. What am I looking for? The Festival playlist. I'm hoping it's on road because it looks like it is. So not this next week, because there'll only be one stream next week on a Monday, because I have a thing on Wednesday and then I'm away on Friday and Saturday again. But the week after that, I'm hoping to do some sort of event, like a celebration of reaching 100 followers / affiliate / a year of streaming, well, 14 months at this point, maybe more. And part of that I want to do is a kind of like a challenge series with the community on Forza in Horizon, where we all have 10 minutes and we need to take an A-class car and make it S1 for under X amount of money perhaps, and then take it through some challenges to see who did it the best. So I'll post about that in the old Discord at some point in the near future to try and nail down some actual times and dates of when that'll occur. But something to look forward to, because I'd be happy to have as many as I can. The Pepsi logo still stands. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not the first person to think of it. I'm stealing it from another YouTuber who was basically stealing it from Top Gear. So, standing on the shoulders of giants and all that. But it seemed like a neat way to kind of get people involved in the stream. Yeah, it's passed down from one person to another to another, as people like myself go, huh, that's kind of cool. That seems like something I could do relatively easily. Okay, finding the trial. I think it understeers a little bit. It's weighed down by all the corporate sponsorship. Yeah, That's sort of, it looks so different to all the other ones. That's not a bad idea either, actually. Have a little bit of a show-off sesh. It does really look the business. What are all these other squares without Pepsi sponsorships? Ah, we've got an even divide of Ferrari, Lamborghini, interestingly. Yeah, it's also something that would be... Like, I know, for example, Wolf, I'm not sure about yourself, Smokey, but Wolf plays only on the Xbox, on the Series S specifically. So doing that kind of thing is an easy way, rather than doing like a PC game night, like a Minecraft server or whatever. It's an easy way to include everyone. Biff. They hate me because they ain't me, chat. They want to be Vaporwave too. Hey, look, there's an ATS. A fine choice. Oh, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the Series S. It's just that it means that a Forza meetup is perfect because it's on Xbox and PC. I mean, the Series S is a really remarkable piece of hardware when you think about it. It's so much cheaper than a Series X, but basically just as good when it comes to like playing a game in any meaningful sense. It's also so small. Like, compared to an Xbox One, the original one, it's kind of remarkable how small the consoles are. I think we've made a pretty good car here, chat. Not just in terms of looking the best, but also driving pretty damn well. Shadow! Welcome on in. I would show off our Vaporwave car, but I'll show it to you once we've finished the trial. I was just talking about how I'm hoping to do a all-in Forza kind of Top Gear challenge with the community, not this coming week, but at some point. Part of a celebration of 100 followers, 15 months on Twitch, affiliate, that kind of stuff. And hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully, a celebration of a 3D avatar. That's requiring a lot of me to actually pull my finger out and figure out what colorations I'm meant to have. Well, I think your cruise idea was also not a bad one. Because I know, like people like Shadow, who's just popped in, do spend a lot of time on their cars, on how they look and stuff like that. So having the ability to show off our works, not a bad one. There she is. There's the Vaporwave. Even now that I think about it, my shirt in game is even a little bit Vaporwave. a kind of gradient from blue to purple. There she is. I'm actually really proud of that car. It came together so well. How are you today, Shadow? And the rest of chat, actually, I haven't asked. How is everyone's days going? We're almost at the end of the week for most of us. Most of the world, I should say. I have finished. Not that it really matters for me, because I'm on vacation. Oh, that's not good, Shadow. Get in there, Quirky Cypress. Is it the heat? I mean, I imagine the heat isn't helping. Well, hopefully I can do a little bit to make you feel just a touch better. Or at least not make you feel worse from my not too bad driving currently. Oh, Smokey, you shouldn't have. Thank you very much. I appreciate that immensely. Oh, that sucks. Is it bad damage, or is it just like, I mean, that cosmetic damage isn't bad, but is it just cosmetic, or is it something a bit more serious than that? But yeah, that sucks. Oof. That's a proper rear end. I mean, it sucks to go through, but I guess at least it's not, you're not at fault, so it should be covered by the insurance. But then again, I think even if you're at fault, the insurance covers it. I don't know. Yeah, still not great. I've only ever been in one accident, and unfortunately that was an accident I caused. I ran into the back of my brother's car when I was helping him move some furniture. It is a remarkably good car to drive, actually. Come on, lady, like Leaf, you can finish it this time. Wow, the 863 Huracan on the AI's team finished pretty quickly compared to the rest of them. Oh, yeah. I mean, the amount of Commodores you see around these parts that are just rebadged to Chevys just to make them feel a little bit different is astonishing. Oh, no one dropped out. I didn't notice that. That's kind of crazy. It almost never happens. I mean, it's all part of the old GM strategy of just moving models all around the world and rebadging them. before they sold off like half of their nameplates. It is a weird thing to me. Italian hypercars. Don't mind if I do. Not quite the best J-turn ever. Also, Shadow, did that just happen, that Tesco rear end? Like, just this morning for you, or was it earlier in the week? But man, that sucks. I'm sorry. Hypercars, Italian. Let's break out this one. Oof. Yeah, it's still a fresh wound then as well. So, S900. Was it that your car was parked and they kind of shot out of their car space and ran into yours? Leave it on semi-slicks. It's all-wheel drive. Quite a busy car, this one. There's like a lot of fins and gills and whatever. And the rear diffuser is enormous, but I do kind of like it. Actually, that looks pretty cool. Let's do that. No. Let's not play around with the weight just yet. I mean, that's what happened to me. My accident, I was at a set of lights where it was, you can turn left at any time. And my brother was in front of me, and I saw him lurch forward, so I was looking right to see if there was any traffic coming. But at the same time, there was a like ambulance siren and just kind of in the area. So when he'd lurched forward, I thought he'd gone the whole way, but he actually hadn't. He'd only just gone forward and stopped. And I didn't realize that because I was looking to the right. So when I went forward, I went into the back of him. Not my proudest moment of driving. That'll do. We saved some weight from just the different parts we put on. Yes, that is a blessing. And luckily it's not too cold. Oh, that looks so much better in white. Let's do that. Yeah, I've heard a lot of kind of English content creators post about it on their Twitters and stuff. It's really hot over there. Like it was 32 degrees, I think, in London. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before. Crazy. Yeah, it's a car that Wolf had said that they hadn't really seen before. And it's one that I don't really touch that often. So I'm always looking for an excuse to break it out when I remember I've got it. And this is one of those times. Yeah, it's the lack of breeze. If you've got a breeze, particularly if it's a cooler breeze, almost doesn't really matter what temperature it is ambiently, because as long as it's dry, the breeze doesn't have much moisture in it. If you're sweating, your sweat will do its job and it'll get wicked away by the breeze, the heat. But without that, yeah, you're probably one of the few Englishmen that does have an air conditioner, from what I hear. I used to live in a kind of a townhouse that I rented with a mate from church, and it didn't have any air conditioning. It was built in like the 80s or something. Full brick construction. It was really cool on the ground floor, where the bottom floor, where the kitchen and the laundry were. Probably also because it had tile floors down there. But further up the house, like particularly in the top, it was so hot. It was a split level house, so while it could have been 2 floors, because it was built into the side of a mountain, it actually had like 4 smaller floors. So to combat that, I was on the 3rd floor, and to combat that, I bought a old air conditioner off of Gumtree. I thought I was being pretty clever, pretty cunning. Was this Jow? This fox was going to save some money.
You have arrived at your destination.
I didn't. It was a pretty rubbish air conditioner because it was incredibly loud. Not only, like, it wasn't silent to run, which it's just not going to be because it's a portable air conditioner. They aren't silent. Particularly not the price range I was shopping at. But for whatever reason, at about 5 minutes into the operation, I think basically when the compressor had like warmed up so it could start cooling, there was an ungodly noise that sounded like someone changed gear without putting the clutch in. Like just a huge bang. It was the worst. I ended up putting it back on Facebook Marketplace a while later for free. Just because I couldn't, with good consciousness, sell it on. It also didn't have a it didn't have a drip collecting thing, like a condensation collector. So it would just drip on the carpet, which was not great. Trees. Cars. But then I ended up getting one from Aldi, and that worked quite well. Still wasn't quiet, but at least didn't make a terrible banging noise when it changed gear. Yeah, I mean, that's all that matters, right? If it's stupid and it works, it's not stupid. Pagani in first, Centenario in second, and Murcielago of some sort? No, Aventador in third. Soon to be whatever this car's called, the Zunovo? Be very corner cutting. It's a Zero Uno. Quite an intricate paint job you've got there, Pagani. Lots of different calligraphy on you. I mean, it is a cool car because it's a car that almost no one uses. There's probably a reason for that. It's probably not that great. But when you're versing the AI, it doesn't really matter that much. Ooh, that was close. I basically got that through osmosis. Yeah, it's like, it's one of those things though, I feel like. It's almost, I mean, unfortunately, it's something that's going to be broken out more often, I think, going forward. But it's also one of those things that's just kind of like good to just have, almost like a fire extinguisher. Thank you, Smokey. I'll have a look at those after stream. Always happy to get some feedback, see what I can change or do differently. Or do, full stop. Thank you, Wasabi. On both counts? On all three counts. Sorry, I need to get a noise for posture check. I was kind of slouching down a little bit. I mean, it's been fine. This week's playlist, admittedly, I'm only on my second event, but it's been fine so far. The trial was good, and this one's not too bad. That one is probably not going to be great, though. I mean, I guess that is very much the kind of Italian wheelhouse, though. But it would have been nice to be able to use some of the Lanciers and Alfa Romeos that you'd unlocked in the previous weeks. Like if it was a Super Saloon thing or whatever to include the Alfa Romeo Giulia quadrifoglio. That would have been cool. It's for those people who are just starting out in the street scene, Shadow. Not everyone starts out the street scene with a A-class or an S1 class. Sometimes you got to start out with grandma's old Fiat Abarth. And just, you know, be happy you've got a car. And work your way up. Getting pink slips along the way. Oh, I just noticed this car's got a weird nose. There's a nose vent there. No, you're all right though. If you feel like it should be D class, maybe just go to C class. What do you mean, Wasabi? Oh, acronym Fiat. I mean, that's pretty appropriate for the 500. I don't think you could... They're pretty small. I'd love to actually sit in one to see how it actually fit. I suspect the answer is I wouldn't. Being 6'4" probably means that I'm not going to get inside of it, or at least not be comfortable when I am. Fix it again, Tony. Come on, Tony. Hey. I don't want to be walking here, Tony. Fix it. Wow, first place is a long way ahead. Now, Kesa. Get out of it. Fiat down here in Australia is basically just the 500. That is it. They used to sell the Punto and the Panda, I think, for a little bit. They're not the Panda, the 500X. But now it's just the 500. And the Abarth version of it, obviously. Well, they used to make the 124, didn't they? Or maybe they still do. The MX-5 knockoff. That we're getting for 20 points, actually, this week. It definitely looked like the Fiat that I would have bought if I won the lottery, right? So I feel like there's also something about the Fiat, what is it, 595 Abarth? The 500C top of the range sports model that does kind of appeal to me. I'm not sure if Fiat was actually in Australia at the time of the original 500, the Bambino. I think it only arrived with the more recent 500. All right. Yeah, I don't think we ever got the Panda. I think the Panda just stayed in Europe. Okay, sorry, there's one more. So we'll drive over there while the ads are going on. And then we'll do that last sprint.
Safe to do so.
Is that something that we have, the 131? Oh, this one, yes. I feel like I'm not surprised by that, because it reminds me a lot of just like the Lanciers. Like, it reminds me a lot of the Delta S4, just in the shape of the front of the car. I feel like it looks very similar, those two. Maybe it's just because it's got two circular headlights. Well, I might as well drive that one over. We've got a minute and a half to kill. Abarth rally. Interesting tail light cluster. Well, it's interesting because it's got the rally on it. Maybe they can't imagine they would have made that obvious a mistake. I think I just like Fiat because they do make like an old... not an old. They do make like smaller cars.
400 meters.
Which is I know a very common thing, at least more common in Europe, but it's not that common down under. And I do miss the smaller cars.
Turn left.
The Yigo. And obviously the Dacia Sandero as well. Or Dacia Sandero, sorry.
Turn right. Turn right.
Well, let's turn around. There we go. If it wasn't for, I've said it before, but if it wasn't for Putin deciding it was a good idea to invade Ukraine and, you know, kill hundreds of thousands of his own troops and civilians, I would have loved to have seen, like, the larders in there as well. I think if for example, the next Horizon was in Germany, which I think is not beyond the realm of reason going forward.
Turn right.
I think everyone's money is on it being in Japan. But if it was in Germany at some point, I could see them including some Eastern European cars,
Turn right.
depending how they play out in the kind of car culture over there. You've said that often. I still don't know if it will be, though. Just because I can't imagine them not making another one after the Japan, or the presumably Japan one. Just because he keeps making money, right?
In 400 meters, turn left.
And I would say it probably makes more money than the motorsport game.
Turn left.
What I'm doing after this race is probably more races, because I'm trying to get the 40 points again. I'm hopeful that with the increased competition that they've got coming up, like Crew Motorfest, Test Drive Unlimited, Diamond Crown, Sapphire Crown, whatever it is, I think that will hopefully help them. And by help them, I mean force them to be, like, better. Because for a long time, they've just been the only game in town.
You have arrived at your destination.
Like, if you want to play a open world racing game, it's basically this game, or maybe the Crew 2. That's the Fiat 131. Now to get back in the Zero Uno. We do, but I think as unlikely as it is that they're going to fix the issues in Horizon, it's probably even more so unlikely that Rockstar's going to take time out of a busy schedule of updating GTA Online, make Midnight Club. They seem to just be all in on GTA Online. Yes, that is something I do want to install in the coming days and see if it works, and possibly break it out in that third week of September or shortly afterwards, because yeah, it just disappeared, didn't it? But it had enough to have a second one. So clearly some people liked it. So I'd be interested to know what went wrong. Yeah, GTA, and it's also, I haven't played it for literal years. But there's always stories of it being like rife with hackers. It still is, isn't it? Which is strange, because it seems to be the only thing that Rockstar currently cares about. Like, even Red Dead Online, they don't care about it, really. Which I feel like I wasn't surprised by, because it's harder to sell a new horse than it is to sell, like, a new car. Right? There's just less things that you can sell the community in Red Dead Online. Yeah, you're right. It's got so many expansions at this point. And as people have pointed out, it's been, like, what, 3 console generations? It started at the tail end of the Xbox 360 one, and they remade it for the Xbox One. I think they remade it again or re-released it for the Series X and PS5 as well. Or at least updated it so it still works. Wild. Particularly when they've got a lot of other... Yeah, because apparently what they did is recently is they released... Admittedly, I am not up to date with this, so it might be... I might just be talking up my ass. They released a, like, subscription service. Like a GTA Online Prime subscription or something. And they paywalled some cars behind that as well. Which is just dodgy. But so very 2K as well. Alright, well, let's rip the band-aid off. You have the subscription? Would you say it is worthwhile? Actually, we probably need to go over here because I think I've upgraded my bath. Yeah, I have. What do you actually get from it? Like, if I might be so bold, why did you get it? What made you go, yeah, I'll do it? So we're gonna have to take the Hayabusa engine out of this car, I reckon. Okay, well, it's not terrible, but I imagine you're paying a fair amount.
In 200 meters, turn right.
Now that I think about it, it wasn't that long ago that Amazon Prime came with free currency for GTA Online. I guess they made their own subscription for it now.
Recalculating route.
This feels really scummy. Yeah, it's not like they need the money, right?
In 400 meters.
I mean, I'm clearly not against subscriptions. I have the Game Pass subscription. That's how we're playing this game right now. I just realized I've been in front of the speedometer the entire time. That is so very rude of me. That's better. But I feel like a subscription for a specific game that isn't an... I mean, I guess it is an MMO at this point, right?
Have arrived at your
It's just weird.
destination.
Particularly when you've got a premium currency that you have to pay money to buy, it just feels weird. Feels a bit icky. And it's not like they're doing much with it. They're clearly not fixing the hacker problem or whatever. Upgrades. Custom upgrades. Reset. Okay, we can do a little bit of upgrading. It was D500. I mean, not a huge amount, but a little bit. Okay, there's already rear-wheel drive. Excellent. Let's start with the tires. Nice and thick. The corners. I can get them semi-slick even. Very nice. Get a race transmission. Obviously get that race diff because we're really going to be pulling some G's in the corners. Some stopping power. Race suspension. Anti-rolls. Some stiffness up in here. Get some added weight reduction. So now it's only 500 kilos. We will add a bit of downforce though. Sounding nice. This is for my pitch for the new film that I'm going to release back in time in the 50s called The English Job, where a bunch of Italians go over to England to rob the mafia over there. Or the English gang. Whatever the kind of stereotypical English gang is. Man, I don't know if there is one. We've got a blistering 47 kilowatts, 482 kilograms of weight, and 1.7 lateral Gs of grip. So we've got a, what's that, 90 kilowatts to a ton, give or take? So not a huge amount of power. But it's a lot more than we used to. Yeah, you had the craze and stuff. But there's no, like stereotypical, like the Yakuza or the Mafia or, you know, that kind of stuff. I would suggest charging the batteries. Smokey, that seems like a good strat. Or plugging in the controller so it's running off the cable, not the batteries. But yeah, this is going to be the English Job where a bunch of Italians go to London. Yeah, to London to rob the craze, and they drive Fiat Bambinos. And then at the end, when they're escaping through the Welsh mountainside, or the Scottish Highlands perhaps, their bus overcooks it a little bit on a corner and they get stuck on the edge. I mean, the bonus is, if it's the traditional 500 like this one, you've got the leather fabric roof or whatever, so you can at least have part of the head or the ears sticking out of the top. But it might be a little bit tight on the old shoulders, I would imagine. Maybe we should have had a look at the tuning. We're just gonna have to hope that the tires pay off. Bro, really? Oh, well, I'm on to talk. Well, Shadow, you're not doing too badly. You're coming third. Also, this is, I just noticed this is weird. We've actually got NPC traffic on this one. Yeah, but you're driving that like you stole it though. Or maybe what happens, maybe the Italians steal from the Germans. And then the Germans steal from the English. Because that way you can have the Italians driving around Berlin, for example. Which would be interesting because it's a divided city at the time. In their 500s. Then you can have the Germans steal from the English driving around London in their Volkswagen Beetles. Or you have the Germans steal from the French. So the Germans are driving around Beetles in Paris, and then the French have to steal from the English and they drive around London in their 2 CVs. The trouble is I'm working in the Job Extended Universe, so I've already had the first film of the Job Extended Universe, the Italian Job, which means we need to kind of build off of that. So the Italian mafia has already taken an L. And maybe they steal from the German mafia in an attempt to make up the money that they lost. And then the Germans steal from the French, who steal from the English. Because that way you can watch it in any order and it'll just work. There's no inherent first, second, or third film. They're all just a film, and you start wherever you want, and you can just watch them from that point till the end. I can't think of like a stereotypical Swedish car from that time period. I don't think there was like an equivalent to the Mini or the Volkswagen Beetle or whatever. There's no small Swedish car. Okay, where are we off to? Where's the next one? Oh, that's right, we're looking for white shields on orange. Lost. So there's one there. What's the other one? Yeah, there's Saab 9-3, but I think that's slightly later in time as well, isn't it? As well as being slightly larger. Let's turn off some of this stuff. Okay, maybe it's not. It's just that Scandinavian design that makes it look more contemporary. Okay, well now we can see better. Oh, there's the other one all the way over there. Okay. Well, this one's halfway. But I think those three countries I suggested, England, Germany and France, I think would be the best ones. Because I feel like the Mini, the 2CV, the Beetle and the 500 are roughly like equivalent in their being like a people's car. a cheap car to get the masses on the road and moving around the streets of Bavaria, England, Italy, or France. I was thinking as well, yeah, you could go across the border and break out the rebranded Fiats. That's why. Try and make more use of these gears. Yeah, I really don't think we're going to need very much camber, to be honest, guys. Like, I appreciate the optimism. I reckon we're going to be traveling at a pretty slow pace. Because you could also, like, the Lada probably qualifies as well. That's, like, Adam drove that, it's that old. And what was the diff? Probably turn that down a touch. I've got 6 gears, I'll be damned if I don't use them all. And there were also, even with the Polski 124, they're all small enough that you can see them doing similar tricks and stunts to the original minis in the Italian job. Like, you couldn't find a car that would be equivalent in America at that time period, for example. You could maybe do one in Australia if you use like the Tiranas and stuff like that. They're relatively small. Not as small as this, obviously, but relatively. It's a bit leisurely, you're right, Smokey. I mean, I haven't seen it for a long while, either of them. The Italian Job original, the Italian Job, the remake with Marky Mark and everyone else. But I do remember liking the original one a lot better. Partly because it's got that kind of English Michael Caine charm to it. Proper minis too. Mini minis. Yeah, got a calendar? More like, yeah, absolutely. Have to just put in a full, like, an all-day event. All-day event, accelerating to 100. Away from the office. So I imagine, given the size of this vehicle, like, hold on just a second. Look at the speedo, it goes up to 170. That is incredibly optimistic. But I imagine, given the size of this thing, it would feel so fast driving at just like 100 k's. Because the road is right under your feet. I mean, the engine's right behind you as well.
Arrived at your destination.
Yeah, see, it's got that proper sport rear engine. Like a Porsche 911. Just as Mr. Fiat wanted. LS swapping a Fiat 500. I appreciate your concern, Healthy Bot. I will refill my glass in just a moment.
Turn right.
I do kind of miss the old rear wheel, rear engine idea that was kind of the 50s, where they were still trying to kind of figure out how a hatchback works.
In 400 meters, turn left.
Like, I'm kind of disappointed that the new Fiat 500 wasn't rear wheel, rear engine.
Turn left.
I don't know, the Skoda Estella was rear wheel, rear engine. I'll have to look it up. It wasn't until recently that I realized that the Mini was front wheel drive. I thought it was rear wheel drive for some reason. I don't know why. Probably because I always rear wheel drive swap these kind of cars. I would really love to own an OG Mini. There was, I often see one or two on Facebook Marketplace. Not like OG, but ones from the 90s, I think it was the most recent one I saw. An automatic from the 90s with a 4-speed auto. I think it even had an airbag in the steering wheel. As I was saying earlier in the chat, in the stream I should say, to the chat, I've also been getting a lot of ads for Toyota Centuries, which are very cool cars, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely not something I'm planning on buying. I'm not sure a V12 engine is going to be good for me in this economy. I mean, I know it's Toyota, so in theory it should be pretty reliable, but I mean, there's going to be just like the fuel consumption and all that kind of stuff. Buy a VL, yeah, sure. But the trouble with that is any VL worth buying is going to be like a collector's item, right? I feel like a lot of Australian Gen X's and the like have really gotten wise to the fact that they can now afford the cars that they wanted when they were a kid. Like, from what I've heard, there's been a huge uptick in the prices of local Fords and local Holdens. You just want me to buy a Commodore, Smoke. That's what I'm getting out of this. If I was going to buy a Commodore, or even a Commodore-based vehicle, it would be a first-generation VE, or HSV VE Club Sport. Which, in my mind, is the most attractive of them all. I'd have to look up the VS. I don't actually know what that is. I'm familiar with the VZ and the VE, and I think the VF. I think that was one. But I'm familiar with the more modern ones, and I would kind of know a VK from a lineup. But when you start adding other letters after the V, I'm less certain. I mean, you'd understand this, Smokey. You're speaking to a man who grew up in a household that owned a Mitsubishi 380. We did not buy a VE Commodore at the time. Or whatever the Falcon equivalent would be. I think, again, the Sandman, if you get a Sandman that is actually working, you're going to be paying just out the nose for that. Okay, I'm actually interested. I'm going to look up VS Commodore, because I don't know what that is. VS Commodore. Okay, hold on. Let's first get that window capture going on. We can all enjoy VS Commodore. Oh, this one. I think my grandfather had one of these. A sedan, specifically. Sedan wagon? No, sedan. And then, oh, maybe the VT. No, he had a VT. And I think my father had one of these ones, the station wagon version, because he worked at he was like the manager for a dry cleaner for a while. Before he passed. So I think he had one of these as a company car. But is it the V? No, it's the VZ. That's the first one that I was really kind of, I think. No, the VY, I guess. This is the first one I was really kind of interested in. I mean, the VZ's basically the same thing. But yeah, this here, this really got me going. That was a cool car in my mind. The VY, I guess the VZ probably doesn't look too different. Yeah, the VZ Club Sport. Just looked the business. Actually, I guess it was the VY, because I remember it having this kind of wing here. The GTS Coupe that we might recall from the Hot Pursuit games, I think. Hot Pursuit 2, I think that featured in. I mean, you can tell it's old because it's got the socket there for the antenna to come up with. The 1996 GTS R, and I imagine that's also from HSV. Oh, there's a GTS. Look, frankly, out of the two cars I can see here, I think I'd much prefer that one. Supercharged V6, that is interesting. That's another car we had. We had the Mitsubishi Magna before the 380, which is why we got the 380. This one, we had a 3rd series in that color there, in this silver. With those taillights too. I think we had the V6. Can't remember. I think it was a V6. But it was a manual. Mum was a manual driver. We missed these more recent series, I think. We definitely didn't have this one with the larger headlights. 2 million alone on the new headlights. Wow, okay. I don't know if they were worth that much, to be honest. And then we had a Galant. That's probably close enough. We had this down here. This. It was called the Mitsubishi 380 Down Under. It was front engine, front wheel drive, and came out just as everything was going downhill. I don't entirely know why they ended up doing it. It was also really kind of boring looking, to be honest. So what was really nice is it had climate control, even on the base model. It had auto. So that was pretty cool, pretty futuristic. Let's check out this XW Falcon XW GTHO. Images. You reckon? What's the other one? There's a Falcon I quite like. I think it's like the Mad Max one, where it's got the more swooped back rather than the more standard sedan looking approach. The XY. Anyway, I was always a Holden person growing up. In Australia, there was two camps. Were you a Holden person or were you a Ford person? Because those were the two companies that raced in the V8 supercars. At least when I was around. I know there was Nissan before that. But they basically got kicked out because they were too good. The Nissan Skyline, the Nissan GTR was just too good. So basically the rules were changed that only rear-wheel drive cars were allowed, not all-wheel drive cars. And that's when it became the V8 supercars. Because it also meant that they had to have V8 engines. In an attempt to kind of keep the local nameplates in play.
When it is safe to do so.
Not get them curb stomped.
I'm sorry, but Totino's, everybody's talking about Totino's, hot pizza rolls, Totino's, everybody's talking about Totino's.
I have never had pizza rolls.
Totino's,
and now I don't really think I can because I'm gluten intolerant.
Hot pizza rolls, Totino's.
And I think the Venn diagram of people that want to have pizza rolls and are gluten intolerant is not a huge one, so I don't know if there's going to be much investment in the space.
Everybody's talking about Totino's.
Well, as it says, Smokey, everyone's talking about Totino's, so of course it keeps going. There's a lot to be said. Apparently.
Hot pizza rolls, Totino's. Everybody's talking about Totino's. Hot pizza rolls, Totino's. Everybody's talking about Totino's. Hot pizza rolls, Totino's.
I'm gonna have to learn how to stop TTS redeems when the joke clearly runs out, because I think we're rapidly approaching that point.
Everybody's talking about Totino's. Hot pizza rolls, Totino's. Everybody's talking about Totino's. Hot pizza rolls, Totino's. Everybody's talking about Totino's.
Oh, thank goodness. We made it, chat. We're on the other side. I might have to... There is a way to institute a time limit. I might have to review that. I think I may have given you all a bit too much rope. Yeah, well, you definitely got your money out of that. Yeah, that's... You're not wrong. Listen to that engine purr. As we just zoom. Okay, hold on. Where's the thing? No, that's not right. That's it. Why did I end up over here? How did I get that lost? Following a GPS. Must have punched in the wrong coordinates. It is very sad that Holden doesn't exist anymore. And basically, Ford Australia doesn't exist anymore. Well, it exists a lot more than Holden does, obviously, because it exists. But that the Ford Ranger, for example, I think except maybe the most recent one, the last couple were Australian designed and made. Holden doesn't exist anymore. From what I know, Smokey might be able to correct me here. So Holden stopped making cars along with everyone else in Australia in about 2013 or so. And then in about 2021? I feel like they were still around in the pandemic, but maybe I'm wrong. GM sold off Vauxhall and Opel, and that basically meant that they were not in the right-hand drive market anymore. In 2017 then. They weren't in the right-hand drive market anymore. Oh, is that when they stopped making them? And because they weren't in the right-hand drive market anymore, and Holden wasn't making cars anymore, Holden didn't have anything to sell. So they were basically shuttered. Ford Australia doesn't make any cars anymore. They did design the Ford Ranger. So I think even the most recent one is at least partly Australian designed. Toyota doesn't make anything in Australia anymore either. Yeah, there was definitely a lot of, a lot of goodwill towards Holden. Yeah, I thought it was around then. It was, yeah, GM basically screwed them over. Well, in that they sold what they were supplying them with, and then they didn't have anything to give them. So I don't actually know what has happened with the Holden nameplate. As far as I know, GM still owns it. But obviously they're not doing anything with it. Yeah, GM's... I mean, as far as I know, GM is in a rough place currently. Yeah, because they were coach makers before that, right? Like a lot of other car companies, they made coaches first and then made cars. Who's got the motorbike engine? Probably Victor. It's like a horde of mosquitoes chasing after that car. I mean, they just didn't, even when they were still selling cars, they just didn't, they weren't able to adapt very well. And that is probably partly GM's fault again, because they just didn't have much to offer them. It feels like Ford Ford Australia at least has lasted a lot better than Holden. even when they were both still around. It definitely felt like Holden was kind of on the ropes a lot more than Ford was. Obviously Toyota was fine, they couldn't even care less. But we barely noticed the fact that they shut down local production. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely appreciate that. Like the old Tiranas, for example, are just such classic cars from that time period. Particularly things like the Tirana, where they are almost like 100% Australian, except for maybe the engine. They're an Australian chassis built for Australian conditions and Australian tastes. Not like the Commodore, for example, where it is, even in some of the older ones, a kind of rebadged Opal or something like that. Once I finish this race, I might just do that. I might have a look at this car we call Sicko. It's the best looking car and a winning pro car. I'll be the judge of that. If it's the best looking car, that is. I can't judge whether it's the winning car or not. That's an objective fact. There I am, trying not to fall asleep. I tinted the window so no one could tell I'm in the car. But I feel like, I mean, on a similar note to GM, I feel like a lot of American car companies are going to have some trouble in the coming decade or so. Because they've really let the electric revolution sneak up on them. And they're not really taking the drastic measures that Volkswagen are taking, for example. Oh, got a bit of a roadblock there. They haven't crossed the line because they can't fit for some reason. Oops. Okay. We got a Vod-mander. And we got an excuse to check out the Sicko-mobile. S1CKO. Images. Is this it? This Mustang with a big old blower? I mean, it's got the license plate, so it seems like it could be right. I mean, you weren't wrong. It's definitely toasting those tires. And it does have a pretty impressive set of vinyls or paints, whatever you want to call them. Of course, it's at Supernats. Of course it is. Also, why is this not being displayed as my OBS crash? Yes, it has. Okay, well, this was bound to happen eventually. Un momento, chat. OBS is just having a moment. Okay, so you're capturing it there. But for whatever reason, I'm not transferring it over here now. Oh, on a related note, we got the Abarth 124. But why is this not doing anything now? Huh? I guess it wasn't turned on for some reason. It is now. Now I'll just redo my journey of discovery. Okay. Hey chat, here I am again. Let's have a look at this car called Sicko. Oh wow, it's this one with the Mustang. It's got a pretty nice paint job. Set of vinyls on the side. Let's have a look at this next one. Clear V8. Well, it is definitely more modern. That's a hell of a blower, though. Oh my goodness. Why are those tires so far in? Never seen that before. Like having tires that far in on the back. Is that like a burnout thing? Hell yeah. Let's go. How did you get part of the car? Oh, in a GTA case. This is, again, it's got the tires in set quite a long way. That must be to do with like burnouts, right? Having the tires in set so they don't like rub up against the edge of the bumper or something. Okay, nailed it. Nothing but net. All right, I'm going to get the water that was... I'm going to run an ad. I'm going to get some water, go to the bathroom. I advise you all do the same. And we'll meet back here for some more Forza Horizon. All right, let's go. Break. All right, chaps. Let's get back into it. We got 20 more points. How'd you get it? Like, I imagine it would have been pretty sought after. Oh look, we'll get the leggings. Or the legs, I should say. Let's have a look at the event lab. That's one way to do it. Buy it through the website. Now we can take our new 124 out. Maybe not tonight, Rin.
When it is safe to do so.
Oh, hold on. We're gonna have enough trouble trying to get to 40 points, I think. I'm definitely not beating your speed run.
In 400 meters, turn left.
Oh. Well, I mean, in my defense, this is not what the car's made for. There were 50 different rear bumpers for sale, Smoking. Well, I guess they basically broke one or set one on fire each race, or each burnout.
Turn left.
Ah, 50 different pieces of the same bumper. Okay. Yeah. I know. I see what you mean now. Yeah. Just a small pieces. Did they cut it up or did it like explode?
You have arrived at your destination.
Top back in the Zero Uno. Oh, sorry, Ren. I said not tonight. Sorry. But yeah, I do need to add you on Xbox as well. No, that's alright. Sorry to get your hopes up. I like how they've done the neon lights for like bar signs and stuff. That's cool. It does feel weird having this kind of small town in the middle. But I mean, those like neon signs look really good. This feels more natural, having like a park in the middle of a city square. I mean, it's just the vibe, right? Though I think it would have been better if they put high rises in the middle of this part of like the figure 8. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's definitely what they're going for, right? A Japanese style or something. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is actually accurate. Oh, did I miss it? Yeah, I did. Didn't even see it. I mean, it's quite a sharp turn. It's like 90 degrees. I feel like this... I've used the steering wheel in Horizon once before, and it just wasn't a great experience. Yeah, I mean, it looks like one on the mini-map, but it's just not. Nope, that was the wrong way, but that's alright. It's overlapping, they just touch. Are you successful at drifting with it though? I mean, I'm not great at drifting full stop, so. I had more success with the steering wheel in like BeamNG Drive. When I played that with the steering wheel, just because it's, I think it's because it's got a slightly more simulation driving model. I haven't tried it on like Forza Motorsport though, so I don't know if that might be. Okay, we're just gonna jump in. Let's move forward. Yeah, that too. Right, let's jump in the Julia. Quadrifoglio. I mean, my controller here doesn't actually have a battery in it. It's just running off of a USB-C cable. It would be nice to have a battery for it, but I'm also conscious that it's like doesn't matter that much. Ooh, what's this? Ferrari logo on the steering wheel, or? Was it one of those branded steering wheels where it comes with like a manufacturer on it? Ah. This is a cool lab. Oop. A little bit like a Hoonigan course, actually. Oop. Okay, a bit too stunt. You could also see like a James Bond chase going through here quite well. Like one of the villain's cars flipping over there. Yeah, why not? If you got the logo. Damn it. It just went wide. This is a very detailed map. Oh, clever, and we're back at the start again. So I go back, do basically 2 circuits of it. But because it starts in a different location, it has to be a sprint race. That's clever. You know, you're not wrong. I hadn't thought of that before, but you're kind of right. I'm not sure the Alfa Romeo designers would appreciate it, but you're not wrong. Ooh. And now they're just kind of waiting for it to end, basically. It's been on 97 for an awfully long time. Are we just going to do the whole thing in this last 3%? Yeah, we are. Okay. How do I get to that checkpoint? Did I just miss it? Yeah, I did. I need to turn more to the left. There we go. It is cool that it loops back on itself. Yeah, I found it eventually. Just had to look to the sky to see the arrow. Cool track though. Very cool track. Yes, I was just thinking the same. It's absolutely a place I could see myself taking some photos at. So we need 14 more points. Okay, let's go discover the 4-leaf clover. Okay. I don't think I've really used the maps as much as I could for like photography stuff. Then again, I haven't really done that much Forza photography full stop. In Horizon 2, I was really pursuing that. I don't think I did in the end, like get the achievement, but doing the whole take 500 photos thing. Oh, take like photos of all the cars. Okay, where does it look like? Okay, it's in front of the statue, I think. Forza, notice your photography. I think it's in front of the statue. I think it's actually up here.
In 400 meters, turn sharp left.
Yeah, I also feel like a lot of the people that actually are featured do a fair bit of like post-processing stuff. Take it into Photoshop and play around with some things. Yeah.
In 400 meters, turn right.
And what is that car?
Turn right.
Smokey, what is... Maybe it isn't up there. Maybe it's down here.
In 100
Is the VK that rare?
turn right.
I mean, I'll admit I don't see many on the road. I'm trying to figure out where that sign is. I'll admit I don't think I've ever seen one on the road.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
I will never, Anna. Only going forwards. That's me. Maybe it's around here. No, that wall doesn't have any signage on it. No, and it's got the doesn't have the sky above it anyway. Pick that, street stall. But over here might. Yep. Found it. Okay, that's impressive. I don't think I've even seen it that often. I've got 11 points we need to get. I think we're going to have to jump over. Well, this will help, actually. I've already done that. Win a drag race. And a quadrifolio. Let's jump to here and see if we've got one. I was saying earlier to Shadow in like a different stream, I do miss the car meets that they used to have in Horizon 2, where you could drive up and that was how you started like a lobby. By driving into the car park and then checking out everyone's sweet rides. I did kind of miss that. I'm going to say that is German for this is good for this car. It was really good in that it gave you that opportunity to show things off. I wonder if it's something that will require like a whole different game. But I'll be interested to see what they do with the creators update. Okay, this is going to be like my 4th drag race ever. Somehow I'm winning. For now. They're basically just a line abreast. And then there's me in front somehow. Don't know how that happened. Sure, I'll give it a like. It did what it said on the tin, I think. It was in German, so I can't say for certain. Okay. What else do you want us to do? Speed zones. Very well. Just turn them back on. Park, a speed zone.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
I'll be very interested to see what they announce for the new update. Well, as I said, I'm hoping to do a convoy at some point in the future, yeah. I'm not sure if it'll be next stream, but it'll be in the future. In September. Oh, they've got a stream tomorrow, do they? Oh, that's good to hear. Let's do the same thing going back this time. I always forget about it, or like I'm never aware of it until someone that I follow posts a YouTube video saying, hey, this is what was announced for the next update. Ah. Yeah, I think that was probably enough. 50,000 points at a drift zone. Okay. No one laugh, please. AR12? Is that the YouTuber you're thinking of? I mean, there's only so many YouTubers that cover Forza stuff.
100 meters. Turn left.
Oops. Oh well, it was a valiant effort. Which was the YouTuber you were thinking of then? I feel like I've heard of Jake XVX, but I can't place it.
In 400 meters. Turn sharp left. Turn sharp left. Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Thank you, Smokey. Some lovely cold fridge water. Okay, no one judge me. No, it absolutely is. Though I do know it's... I don't know if it's an Asian thing or like a Chinese thing, but I have had Singaporean friends who like hot water. Like, to drink. Apparently it's good for the... I can't remember. It's good for something. Whereas, no, I'm a cold water man. Oh, sorry. Get out of your way. Okay, let's go to Rally Outpost. No, I mean, I don't even like drinking tea or coffee. Principally because it's a hot drink. I don't like hot drinks for some reason. You reckon? Okay. I just think I'm normally not very good at it. I've never had milk tea, and also I'm not a huge fan of the taste of coffee. But I don't think I've had a nice coffee. I do like tiramisu, like the Italian coffee cake, and I could have it, but I think it's also because I've got just too much of a sweet tooth. Like when I can have a Sprite or or something like that. I think I'd prefer to have that than an alternative. Don't get me wrong, I'm not proud. Oh, Sprite floats. I haven't had one for a very long time, but good times. What do we have that is Italian and all-wheel drive? Nothing from the Abarth family. We could break out the 155 Q4. Might want to give it a few upgrades. I have been tempted to buy some ice cream.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Yeah, it's not really float, or as they call them in Australia, spider weather. Thanks for having me back, Anna. I don't know why we call them spiders in Australia, but we do. I played through... I actually don't know how you spell it. I played through Underground 2 last year? Yeah, I think it was last year, or early this year, I can't remember. Using a mouse, using a keyboard. Because now that you say that, I don't know if I've ever actually seen it written down. I think I've only ever like had it spoken. I must have seen it written down somewhere. I played it with mouse and keyboard just because it was like, yeah, that's how I used to play it. That's how I will play it again. I think I've gotten used to it because I was originally a PC gamer, and I've gotten used to using the controller from when I bought an Xbox for kind of Horizon 2. And it is definitely a bit more useful to be able to modulate the throttle rather than having to just like have it all on when you push the forward key, or all off when you take your finger off the forward key. So that's definitely a big plus. Do they get mad at you because you're still beating them, despite the fact you're using a mouse and keyboard? Back at school, I was never a particularly pro gamer, but hold on, I'm at the same time I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to say, and my mind is not keeping up with both halves. So at one point in high school, early high school, the original Call of Duty, someone had found a less than legal copy of it and was passing it around the school, and that was kind of the thing to play at school on our school provided laptops, which, as a laptop does, had a touchpad and keys beneath it because it was like 2005. And I would play Call of Duty 1 using the touchpad, and I do all right. I'd never be like number one in the lobby because there were some really good / sweaty players in that year. But I know that people were quite perplexed when they found out that's how I was playing it. Let's just go orange, that's fine. Because they would all bring like proper USB mice and stuff like that to plug in. Whereas I'd just be slumming it with a mouse and keyboard. I mean, ultimately when it comes down to it, right? It's whatever works for you. And if you're used to playing with a mouse and keyboard, I'm not going to stop you. I think anyone who really loses their mind over it should probably just chill out. How big was it? Are we talking like a bread and butter plate size thing, Smokey, or larger?
400 meters. Turn
I
left.
haven't actually, now that I think about it, had any spiders in the apartment I'm living in. I've been here for like a year.
Turn left.
Now, we were always PC gamers. That's pretty big. My household was always a PC household. And I'd always, like you, I'd always played it with the keyboard. Let's have a look at the old tuning. Get the turn in, let's get the caster a bit higher. That would be an absolute meme, playing it with a mouse and keyboard. I imagine it would not be fun in the slightest, but it would be funny. For whatever reason, I had a lot of trouble trying to set up a Assetto Corsa for my steering wheel.
You have arrived at your destination.
Oh, I drove right past it. Alright, Smokey, you have a good night, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for staying as long as you did, though. Appreciate it. My brother had a, I think it was a DS Lite. Yeah, it was a light blue one, DS Lite. With some inheritance money, I think it was, because we were going over to Europe one year. I picked up a PlayStation Portable. But it wasn't until, when would that have been? Like 2014? That my brother and I pulled our money and picked up an actual console. Very cool consoles, particularly for the time, in my opinion at least. I mean, don't worry, Sony seems to have forgotten that they used to make portable consoles too. I think we're getting beaten by these Galados up front. Just a horde of convertible Galados at the front. Excuse me, four-door sedan coming through. Oh, I just killed a man. That'll be fine. The insurance will find it wasn't my fault. I wonder what happened to them. I wonder if they're in the last place. They're fine. We live in a video game. Do not worry. I'm fine. Because I live in a video game. I like to say it's the tiredness, but I am definitely not driving as well as I was at the beginning, I feel like. Beginning of the stream, that is. Might be the car, but I think that might not be the case. It's fine, I'm in a video game. Sounds like you're suffering from narcolepsy there, Rin, the kind of condition where you fall asleep randomly. But I mean, it's 11 PM over here, so it's getting on in time. Then again, I did only get up at 9 AM this morning, so I don't have too much of an excuse. I don't think I luckily have never been that sleepy so far. Huh? Oh, I went away from it. Still got it. Then again, I've always, I don't know, consciously or unconsciously put a lot of value on sleep. Like a lot of people would at university really, what's the word? Almost like idolize the all-nighter. It was like a badge of honor. Yeah, I had to do an all-nighter to get this assignment done or whatever. Whereas I would be like the opposite. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. You're 100% right. It's right there in the name, literally. What a convertible GLaDOS. In fact, I think I'm the only one that isn't in a Lamborghini. Which I guess makes sense. They are the all-wheel drive Italian after all. I'm just surprised there isn't like a Levante. I've noticed, I mean, particularly since I've started streaming, obviously. But even before then, I've noticed that I've become much more of a night owl than I was. When I lived at home, I guess partly because my mum was one too, I was very much of a morning person. Even during the school holidays, I was. I think it's also to do with the fact that I'm working now as well. And it's that kind of revenge procrastination that I often hear talked about, where the hours of the night after work are really the only time that you have that is your own, that you can do with what you want. That's why I feel like I stay up at night, because I'm like, well, this is my time. And until I go to bed, it's my time. So I shan't go to bed. I normally love the roads in this one, but for some reason I'm just not feeling it in this 155. Damn it. Your mouth's up. Yeah, that's right. Second place isn't terrible. I don't think. Okay, well, we definitely have to win the next race. Or at the very least, Mauser cannot beat us. Okay, where is the next one? Just down the road. Very civilized. So it's both on the same points. Mauser and I both have 36. Oh, look at that sunset just on those hills up there. Beautiful.
You have arrived at your destination.
Yeet. Now, whose number plate is Yeet? Britsploit. Real gaming hours right now, chat. Because unfortunately her Mauser is in first place. And that cannot be allowed to stand. I was hoping to be able to try and push him off as I overtook. But alas, that was not the case, because I was too focused on trying to get up a position. Get out of the way, Shadow Fox. I love you as a viewer, but not as a fellow racer. Mood. They're right there, aren't they? Excellent. Got the W. I think we just need 2 more points. Take that, Lamborghini. I did it with like at least 4 fewer cylinders than you did. Okay. Oh, maybe we don't. No, we do. We do get a 5-1-2. Need 1 more point. Where is this speed zone? 115, country Italia. There's a dirt one too. Change car. Sort by country. What is A class and off-road from Italy? The LM02 I think is probably the only one. Alright, let's hop in it. You bet this is peak performance. Let's take a shortcut.
You have arrived at your destination.
Thank you. It's such a shame that the DLC maps are separate from the rest of the game. Because this is such a nice road to drive on and just area to be in. But it is such a task to get to. It means it's unpopulated. Yeah, same with all of them really, isn't it?
You have arrived at your destination.
I can't remember very much about the roads of Fortune Island. I remember thinking that the island was quite small. But I didn't really spend much time there at all. Like, I feel like this is quite a hefty DLC map, this one. Even the Hot Wheels map was quite hefty too, actually.
You have arrived at your destination.
Seasonal objective completed. We got the cars. I'm interested in what Event Lab 2.0 is, so I'm interested to find out what that is. But we got them, chat. We got the cars. Very poggers. Let's go up to the tarmac. I would like to go back and have a look at Horizon 4 at some point in the future. Just have a look at those things. It was, I mean, I've said it before, it was one of my favorite ones, but I don't remember much about the Fortune Island, or the Lego one for that matter, either. Listen to that supercharger whine. Oop. Witchy. I also really like the drone show stuff for this one. Very cool. I also like the noise it makes when you like let go of the throttle in this car. This is the Lancia 037. It definitely sounds like it's supercharged. But maybe I'm wrong. I want to, for the last part of the stream, firstly, let's go back to Mexico. C. And then I want to jump in our Vaporwave Reventon and go online. But I actually really enjoyed driving that in the trial. It was a really good car. So I'll be interested to see how it holds up, or if it holds up, full stop. Hey, it's me again. Wahoo!
Welcome back, comrade.
Thank you, Anna. Always a pleasure to see you. There she blows. Let's take her online. S1 class. Go road. S1. Because then the competitors will be able to see the livery a bit better. Also, hopefully we get the Horizon circuit. Or not, that's fine too. Didn't actually want the Horizon circuit, I was just saying it. Hello, it's me, the 90s. How are we all doing? It's such an aggressive gear change noise, this car. I love it. Overcooked that one slightly. I wish there was a way to, like, export your liveries from Horizon. Like, it'd be really cool to put this on a Reventon. I just got a Reventador and Aventador and Reventon mixed up in, like, Blender or something with a VRM of your Sona. Okay, here we go. Time to race. Any second now. Finally, we can start loading. It really does look so good, chat. I am super chuffed. So there's 2 Lamborghinis, myself included. New Supra, new M4, McLaren 200, Cyan MG6. Come on, 80s and 90s power me. '90s kids will love this car. Oh, there goes that BMW. Probably could have geared down there, that would have made more sense. Oh, there's the MG6. That MG6 is really quite aggressive. Look, we did well, but I think we basically just got outraced. Only so much the concept of the 90s can do. We smoked that BMW though. Not surprising after we ran right into that wall. I mean, we did well for having left 7 PI points on the table. Maybe if we put a front splitter on it, that might pick up those points. It's a very cool car, particularly when it first was like shown as a concept car. So much more futuristic than the Murcielago that preceded it. Got a Corvette C8 now, and a Lycan Co. That M4 is having a lot of trouble. Most specifically with the corners. Cyan do be zooming though. Also, I only just realized that we rev to 11,000 RPM, which is a crazy amount. That hurt. Okay, that was not better. Yeah, frickin' indeed. And there goes that top half finish. Try and beat this Lycan car at least. The BMW M4 turned up for a second and disappeared again. I'm having a great time of it. Gee, that was tight. We were all battling for 7th place there for a second. Hey, we just beat them. And my controller is still vibrating. It's just got a subtle vibration still. Would it help if I put that on my back, like the release strap? Kind of applying it to my shoulder. Let's do something. It's also quite a low vibration. Can you hear that? The controller just trying to get the controller to vibrate my voice box. Oh, now it stopped when I pressed A. I knew it was that. Simple. Come on, do it for Bepsis. Do it for JVC. Kodak, Atari, Polaroid, Octane. The concept of the 80s and the 90s. Setting up events, putting out the chairs, putting up the barriers and stuff, making sure that all the flags are up and it looks pretty. I wasn't sure there were flags, but it turns out there are. That was close. Oh, there's a Murcielago in front of us. And I don't think anything else is new. Oh no, there's a 911, that's new. A GT3 RS19. Oh, that was a lot more sliding than I thought I'd do. Slid all over the place there. Ugh, Lycan Co, why? Why can't we just be hombres? And so far we haven't made a colossal oopsie like we did last time, so that's a plus. There's still time for that, however. Sorry for the lack of talk and chat. I'm doing my best to focus. Sixth place. Not standable. What did I just say? Not standable? I think I was reading your message at the same time, Rin. I was reading understandable and also trying to say not bad. Instead, I got nothing. Certainly nothing that's English. Hey, 175. Not bad for a day at the office. Let's see if there's... Just going to have a quick look around and see if there's anyone to read. Because I'm going to probably call it there pretty well. How about you? Gaming-driven dad. Maybe we try you out. It was Father's Day just the last weekend. At least it was in Australia. Okay. Exit to desktop. All right, chat. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. It has been a pleasure having you for however long you stayed for. Where do I want to go for this? I'll go over here. We're going to attempt to, at least, trade out to gaming-driven dad, who is currently playing Forza Horizon 5. Keep the Horizon 5 train going. I will be back tomorrow night for some Car Mechanic Simulator in approximately 20 hours or so. Until then, I hope you have a good end to your week, start to your weekend. If you want to keep abreast of me and my happenings, follow me on Twitter or X, on Threads, on Instagram, TikTok, and there's also the Vod-mander Jow channel that is just as unattended as the TikTok channel. And also join the Discord so you can keep up to date with everything and show off to the rest of us the different photos you've taken of cats, pets, and just talk with others and also get free games. Until then, however, let's go say hi to Gaming Driven Dad. Cheerio.